to the topic, it's gonna be limited collection with a supply of 1,111 eggs. It will be priced super cheap. Like our goal is not to mint or like raise any funds with this. It's more like, yo, here's super dope stuff and just have some fun with it. But yeah,
Sorry, what was the supply? I was unlocking your Canvas channel for folks.
11. So the same
11,
as
11.
Kurt.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. So let's leave it at that. That's already a bit of alpha. So there is nothing you need to do right now. It's just some heads up. There is a new Z joining Zverse somewhat soon, and yeah, and there is a big chance it's going to happen together with open beta. And speaking about open beta, we will be in open beta, I think, for roughly closed beta for roughly 2 weeks, maybe a bit less than that. And we are planning to ship a bunch of new content. And like Jagal said, we see the feedback. We also see the data. So we want to buff a lot of things. So more trees, more ores to mine, more experience. And as we introduce the general store, finally a new way to earn your V tokens. So that's pretty important. And when lands, so lands are actually scheduled relatively soon as well. So once we open the beta, we will be maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that. We don't have like a precise date on the release, but we want to kickstart Play to Drop campaign. And once we do that, we are essentially shipping the lands as the next release. So this is next in the list. Most of the lands already. We have all the mechanics behind the lands in the place as well. There is a few things which needs to be done before that, such as releasing the new web user interface, because this is going to be a way for you to buy, sell, or mint keys for the lands. So yeah, unstuck button. Has anybody reached the shamanism level to unlock teleports already?
I was today in the game, but I didn't check the leaderboards. Which actually leads me, I don't know if anybody else feels that way. I feel like leaderboard shouldn't be visitable, but accessible from anywhere in the map. Because I'm usually like, for example, when I was mining, I think Ghidra was mining with me, and like we're running together, and I'm like, am I higher level or am I lower? But if I have to take a detour to check it, that's XP waste.
That's true, but you can always ask. I mean, and if it doesn't respond, then
point.
it's probably a bot. So ban. Okay, that's a joke. But speaking about auto running, speaking about some level of automation. So probably many of you recall we had this talk like a while ago that but we will end up introducing this AI agent part for the mask owners at some point. So I had like a really good call yesterday, and it seems most of that stuff is already possible. So we will be looking for ways to introduce that. And like, there's always this dilemma. Okay, but that could be considered in some form as a botting. What we are looking to do with the agent part is we want to make them a bit dumb at the beginning. So it's up to you to train them and make them somewhat smart. So there is some level of game in there, but what we see a big opportunity here is that whenever your account will be run to some portion with AI agent. That agent will also act as a police, so it will help us to fight real bots, and it will be able to monitor and yeah, it's kind of like you're doing good things. So let's say there is this agent doing its own stuff, and there will actually be able to do so much cool stuff besides just basic operations. So one of the things we looked was um, arbitrage opportunities in game exchange. So because agents have access to the wallets, they're able to perform transactions. So think of this: your agent goes to the GEX, he sees, oh, there is some items what can be bought now. Then they can be crafted into more valuable items and sold for a profit. And this is quite interesting because some agents will be able to do so. But again, we want to make it in a way where you have to pretty much train them, and every agent will be attached to your mask. And yeah, and they will be helping us to police the game as they go live, because I think sometimes when we look from the data, it's hard to decide if this is like suspicious or non-suspicious activity, but sometimes it's so easily to catch these things when you see them. So I think agents will have a pretty good play here. And also they will have a capability to use your Twitter account, or you can create a new Twitter account for that, which comes really, really handy when we start ambassador program. And currently we have fixed ambassador program release on May 15. Right now the dates looks somewhat fine. Maybe there will be slight delay, but I think we're gonna push to release it on May 15. And yeah, so that's gonna be pretty big release. And one of the previous calls, I think we run over the concept of ambassadors and how this is gonna work. Also, I have a really good news regarding some questions which we received previously about, yo, I already invited a bunch of people to the Zverse. Will they count? The answer is no, but you will have ambassador code. So, and that code can be used 3 times a day, and you can use it to like re-invite people who already are players of the Zverse. So that means if you have like your own guild, you will be able to use your ambassador code to pretty much start building out the structure of the guild by inviting the same people, even if they already have accounts inside the Zverse. So yeah, we understood that this is pretty crucial, and yeah. So, Jagal, maybe you have anything to add, or should we
Yeah, no,
explore this
I could.
deeper?
No, and just to comment on it. Obviously, we saw that how, for example, things played out during the New Year's Christmas event with Vickers, right? And we also heard your feedback and your dissatisfaction being unable to backtrack the referrals. And yeah, we thought long and hard about how do we approach it. And yeah, I feel like this is a really solid uh, middle ground.
Yeah.
And yeah, uh, you reading the chat, Euler? Because I feel like
Yeah,
it's
I
good that we're
see.
recording this, because I don't think anybody is listening. We could be saying
No,
anything here.
I think maybe we can just turn on back the music and leave them for a while there. Maybe that works.
All right, guys, you figure out what you're gonna do with Stable Diffusion. We're gonna have a quick break.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one thing which I wanted to ask about the AI agents, you mentioned that they're gonna be tied to the mask. So, for example, I purchased a mask from Ewer, who's really crafty with his approaches to higher level dungeons, and for example, I purchased this mask after a year when he has had a lot of time to play with. That means like, and obviously speculation or whatnot, but does this mean like potentially my autoplay when it comes to PvE content would be like far superior than one I would train, right?
Yeah. So, like these agents, they will be connected with the specific masks, and as they get either sold or transferred, they go together with all the memories and whatever they've learned in the past. There will be some things which will be kind of reset, but for most part, what comes to their actual utilities, all of that information will be preserved, and also we're looking to maybe give them a bit of character based on the mask traits. So some specific persona around the tribe, and maybe that's also an interesting angle where we can explore 101s to have some special storytelling and lore. Yeah. So
I would like to, couple more questions regarding this. About uh, is there a running time? For example, can I leave it up and have the AI agent running for 48 hours straight, 96 hours straight, or will there be like a cap on like?
I think there will be, but one of the like we're still like trying to figure out some of the details, but you will have to use, at least for now, V tokens to keep it running. So there is some contribution to to like whole ecosystem of Zevers. But yeah, I think this, because this is kind of, we are at eve of AI taking over the world, and it's up to us. Either we embrace it or we hide. And after like a year, the whole gaming scene is just ridden with AI thing. We're left behind. So I always look to embrace things, and we'll see how we can use the agents to make most of the value for whole Zico, for whole Zebras Eco. So
I actually I appreciate this approach, and like personally, the way I would see it, if there's not like a V to pay for it, then it would need to be like on like an energy basis. Because I think what's also important for us is to recognize the effort people have put in manually, right? Throughout all this time, because
yep.
obviously, if you're offering some automation, people with achievements beforehand might feel these achievements to be devalued, right? So yeah, so I assume like getting like 99 fishing with even automated AI agent wouldn't be uh, uh, cheap treat.
That's exactly, and one of the things, it will just introduce a new angle to play, where you actually have to pay attention what it's doing, so to make it smart. And the more you use, it's kind of a bit of different meta play, where you, rather than actively click, you basically watch, observe, and uh, try to make it changes the way it acts. So I think it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna definitely be something quite interesting to explore. But yeah, we understand that we don't want to make this whole thing uh, super automated. Rather, we want to use this force to police other people who use bots or something else, like which always is an issue for all of these like MMORPGs. Like, no matter even if in Web 2 there is plenty of user base which actually is just the bots, and it's always like a cat and mouse play to kind of try to solve it. And maybe this is the way. So let's see. But I think it's also equally interesting when it comes to your agents being able to go and recruit people for you throughout the ambassador program, because that's basically you delegating some of the tasks you would be doing as an ambassador to your agent, and agent like literally making you profit by recruiting people, and even later maybe uh, yeah, like I'm just thinking maybe this will be fully AI driven guilds where the leader is AI agent, and then you have like some scholars behind that. But yeah, I mean we can dream a bit of it.
Just
Yeah.
while you were talking about it, I was what popped into my mind is because my first question my second question before you answered the first was how will this impact the economy, right? Naturally,
Mhm.
and having to pay for the fuel, let's say, right? That
Yeah.
also gives some sort of backing to the economy. And obviously, with automated agents, I'm just stating the obvious. I just do find it pretty cool. With automated agents, this not only means that more like first layer resources like regular wood will be flooding the market, but also this means a lot more people will be, or a lot more,
I
not
mean,
not people will
I'm
be processing these resources.
exactly, and at the same time, I mean, it's not about like regular wood we have now. It's like sometimes I feel, and this is actually one of the things I wanted to say, that we will be boosting. So we'll be adding way more trees for you to cut. It's like having the basic tree shouldn't be much of a grind or much of a challenge. It just should be out there, and we'll be like buffing up like the amount of the trees we have in the world, so to make it more fun. And yeah, and again at the same time, um, with the players lands coming in.
Is it just me, or did Euler just cut out for you guys as well? Or am I cutting out? Wait, can you hear me, or can you hear Euler? Because he froze for me. Wait, you can hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Wait, so RxX is Hey, can we do a community vote where we vote on banning RxX? uh, I'm joking, possibly. Wait, I'll message you. All right, yours. While Euler is rugged, I'll just quickly squeeze in a couple of smaller things. Euler lost his Wi-Fi. Regarding shamanism spells and shamanism XP, we're gonna also above that. Was one of my first feedbacks as well going into the dungeon. What I also found that I think you should be able to see how much shamanism XP you got after the battle, right? Only you see like the taming XP, you should also see the shamanism XP. So I passed that along the first day. The XP felt brutal, giving how rare the runes felt. Souls, sorry. That's a little fraudulent slip. Uh, and yeah, so uh, yeah, I think these shamanism should totally become easier and more accessible to everybody. So yeah, what else? What else? Legendary trees, and I'm pretty sure legendary fish is at the same pond. It's coming with 1.2 because if I remember correctly, you need to finish a quest to get access there. But I might be wrong, and it might be coming to 1.1, and I'm just lying here. And hey, would that be so bad? You know, It just no, jokes aside, I'm pretty sure it's 1.2. But hey, if you get it faster, everybody's winning, right? So stable diffusion. I actually will on Tuesday because tomorrow, because Monday is still a day off in Latvia. On Tuesday, I will ask that team to look what's going on with stable diffusion, and I'll talk with Euler. Maybe we can, teleport him out of the tutorial, put him somewhere. Because I just find it really funny, but I have no idea what the person is doing. Because way back when I first saw it, and that was after Harvester, I asked that team, and I was like, "Hey, sorry, can you hear me out being crazy here for a second? What is this guy doing?" And they said nothing. He's just literally online all the time. He doesn't do dungeons. He didn't do the reclaim. He didn't do nothing. He was just online. So yeah, I like the meme. I had made this a meme in team, and I was like sending team screenshots. Hey, new stable diffusion rotation dropped. When I was sending, like, whenever he has like rotated to a different angle. But yeah, Euler's back. I
Yeah,
filled the file.
like something I think internet rugged me, and now also my Discord on the computer
Receivers here
happened
go,
to
Brian.
be stuck forever in loading, so I rejoined from the phone. So I'm trying to position it so it looks okay. So yeah,
So
should be good now.
speaking of things on the lowest priority list, I was just talking with people, but that perhaps, if Stable Diffusion is still online, perhaps we can, complete tutorial for him and put him in a town.
Maybe he's always forever stuck in the cave.
Yeah,
So yeah, let me open the chat as
maybe
well.
Stable Diffusion is now there not for the not for the shamans of old, but to usher in a new generation of shamans of new. And then he's just standing in tutorial and hello
Yeah,
guys.
totally. So where was I was like, I think, touching a bit of ambassador program, right?
Ah,
And yeah, I saw like there were some questions around ambassador program. So we plan to release it together with the new web. There is actually a slight chance that the new web, some portion of new web will be a bit delayed, but we are really pushing to make sure we have ambassador program out in time, and maybe then it will receive a bit of makeover. But we have a pretty precise idea of every detail how the ambassador program will look and work, and I think it will be very interesting. It will have its own degen angle to it as well, and like we previously stated, our goal is to find a way to reward community in a fair way, and especially make sure people who help us grow grow with us and at the same time. So and for maybe for those who doesn't know, the way it will work is that there will be a small requirement to qualify to become ambassador, and this can be done in two ways. So anyone can become ambassador if they complete small, like, invite a friend quest throughout the game, which essentially is just invite few friends, so that you have friends, and you can become ambassador after you fill this criteria. Or you can be directly invited by some ambassador, some existing ambassador who shares his ambassador code. These codes have limited uses, so we're gonna start it with 3 invites per day, and as they are used up, like, ambassadors will be able to generate new codes every single day. So in total, we will be distributing up to 50% of revenue share and up to 50% of staking rebates for ambassadors. So to give you an example, if you start as a rank 1 ambassador, you will be able to invite few friends. Whenever these friends end up buying Soul Shard or spending inside the game, you will be receiving 20% of, based on your rank. It starts at 20%, it goes up way higher. You will be receiving portion of revenue share, but more importantly, one of the requirements for you to level up, rank up as ambassador, is to stake in specific ambassador staking pool. And this is like a bit new concept. So the idea is that there is 7 staking pools in total, and in order to be able to stake in that staking pool, you have to fill certain criteria, which is uh, inviting and ranking up your friends. And these pools will offer ridiculously high APYs. So that's more like a reward rather than requirement. And whenever your friend who is invited in ambassador program ends up staking, you also will be receiving instant rebate of that stake. So let's say I invite Jackal. Jackal stakes 100K V tokens, let's say, for the start. I instantly receive 20K in my wallet. Yeah, it's a bit interesting take. What we plan to do is uh, use the ambassador program to also build momentum for the V token as well. I think at the moment V token has find its hopefully bottom, and yeah, so the 100K stake is just for the first rank. So as you go up with the ranks, there is better APY and there is slightly more tokens you need to stake. So for instance, for rank 1 you stake 100K, for rank 2 you stake 250K, for rank 3 you stake, I think was either 350 or 500K. And out of these stakes you receive rebates, and even and at the same time as you rank up and you start to unlock multiple referral levels. So let's say I invite Jackal and he becomes ambassador, he stakes, I receive like 20K out of his 100K stake, and Jackal ends up inviting Kiwi, and Kiwi is now like a referral of Jackal. And if Kiwi stakes, I receive, I think it was 10K out of that stake. And if Kiwi invites someone else, I can still get exposure to these people. So at the highest rank, your referral tree goes 7 level deep. And yeah, essentially, I think when we were looking into designs, one thing we understood is that all these staking concepts have this one fundamental flaw, which is people who stake in the pools have every incentive to not invite friends to stake in these pools because that directly reduces the APY for them. It's actually kind of quite worse. If you stake, you will try to do everything to hide this information from anyone, and it just doesn't work like that. So what we want to do is make it so you get rewarded instantly whenever you help to lock in more tokens inside eco, and I think this could create a really good effect and hopefully snowball effect. So I mean there is no better marketing in crypto than price go up. So let's see if this momentum will make some really interesting action. Yeah. So uh, expect some activity happening with V token, and expect new ways to earn like instantly just by bringing in more players and more ambassadors inside the Zevers. For the whole ambassador program, we'll have very extensive guidelines and creator briefs. So we'll give you literally every single material you may ever need to make it work. And if you have a mask, you will be able to use the mask to help recruit for you as well. So that's that. And besides, like this crazy degen part where you just invite friends and get referral fees, there is also a component for ensuring the whole thing is sustainable and really makes sense in the long run. Which means if you're and like if you invite people and these people end up spending in a game, you get lifetime revenue share out of that. So there is like a real money coming in from the people you invited. And yeah, I think it's kind of just fair. Everybody's always talking, oh, we need to bring more value to community, and then they end up not doing that. So we really want to change it and give you like a clear framework how this thing whole works together, and how it works together with all the degen mechanics we people are usually looking for. So this is, I haven't seen any other project having anything close to this. So it's also going to be a bit of experiment, but I think it will work. If there will be some problems or something which maybe won't make sense, we'll be here to fix it and improve that. So yeah, I guess start thinking about that. It will be one of the biggest opportunities for you to actually make a lot of money
Start making
by
friends.
I'm making friends. So start making friends now, so you can later make money out of them. But I mean, we want to make it interesting for everyone. So so yeah, I mean, like take it with a grain of salt of it. It's jokes and fun, but there is some truth in that. So I'm personally super excited, and we plan to launch this together with open beta. So there will be inflow of new people. They will be looking for the mentors, and we also have announcement around the ecosystem cooking up. So probably won't go in there that deep, but there is a migration on the horizon. So let's leave it at that. And we just kind of all of the things at the same time. And yeah, so now I shut up, and we can go to maybe some,
Just wanted
yeah.
the
No boat, no boat this time. Uh,
guys. We are going back to Rupert's boat. Woo!
yeah, back to
um,
L1. I think the gas fees on Ethereum is so cheap that it makes sense to go back there. Okay, okay. Jokes aside, major announcements rolling in. It's gonna be combined with the ambassador program. We have spent almost like 2 months designing and building this, so that's your moment to shine. And we are giving you every single tool you can imagine to succeed at that. So let's build a strong cult.
what's really just wanted to throw it out there. I think what's really cool is that there's like really like a natural and like pretty like fluent synergy with land and land ownership and tribe ownership, where you have this land or multiple lands, and you can invite people and essentially onboard them into the game, but through like some sort of private exclusive. Um, um, Route where people can access resources and then don't have to fight for them. And then you obviously, you get them playing the game, and yeah, the revenue share kicks in. Pretty cool.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, I mean, we'll probably soon start sharing some materials and creator briefs around that. I think many of you will find this quite interesting, especially seeing that we have so much success with all these meme contests. So we can't wait to give you like literally every material we can in your hands to just go and create cool stuff. So, what else? Let's maybe touch a bit of XP rates, and like I already mentioned that we're
Yeah.
gonna add way more trees. When Llama, I think
Um,
it rolls out together with Open Beta. I have to double check, but
yeah, it does, but the way I'm just checking the chat right now. It took what, like half an hour for the first When Llama question.
oh wow, yeah, maybe
Guys,
it's too
like, do
soon.
you even want it?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, okay,
crazy.
okay,
Um,
okay.
I mean, Broom can get it. he actually cared. Jokes aside, it's
Yeah.
very close.
Yeah. And yeah, speaking about XP rates, we will look to boost up a bunch of skills. So shamanism will get a really nice buff for damage spells, so they find good use inside the game. I think we already buffed the potions. Is this out yet?
We did,
Yeah.
uh,
So we
and yeah.
I mean, most of you don't have a challenge right now because you're way too leveled up to need any support on regular dungeons. But I think like the 30% boost on many of the potions will give you a really good edge. And yeah, so shamanism skills will get a significant buff, and I mean
Also,
like significant buff.
I'm
And
pretty sure that the Iron Talisman should be giving you shamanism buff. Uh,
mm, maybe
Maybe.
we can because we actually have um some of special gear for shamanism planned. So I mean that will come in a bit, but besides buffing the shamanism spell themselves, will be buffing the XP rates for that as well, and we'll be like buffing them quite significantly. And the same apply, I mean, as much as I enjoy players seeing players crafting endless amounts of buckets, we will that was not intended, so we'll be, instead of like nerfing buckets, we will be improving other recipes, so you can expect to receive more experience for that as well. And I think will become much easier when there is, like, think of this: we wanted to start like really slow, and now when we buff the XP rates, when we buff the amount of trees you have, we give you ways to move faster across the map. It kind of will start to make sense, and then in the center of that there is general store, which is willing to buy every single item you have for the coins on, and at the same time we'll be adding liquidity for all of these items inside the gex as well. So yeah, that's a bit of what happens when we release some of next updates regarding the balancing and issues what players find, that rather some skills are being slow and maybe not as enjoyable as you would think they should be. So yeah. Um
So guys, just to give you a perspective, because we've been repeating this, and I feel like it's also hard to understand. Uh, how would the skill look in the future? Because we see the skill doesn't work for you, or do good damage, and then it's all this sucks. But uh, from what I've peeped, for example, I saw, and this is very memorable. I saw the ideas for herbalism potions, and then I saw potions such as anti-burn or like anti-stun and stuff like that, and they were like high level. But then I was like, damn. But yeah, what we also did with the current shamanism buff, and obviously, when we get
yeah.
to
And
the forge.
speaking about the potions, I already saw, so this is already in development backlog. So we'll be adding a few more potions where we see uh, some utility for them as like helpers train your skills. So expect to see some more potions which will be not used in a battle, but rather used while you're skilling. So, for instance, like a fishing boost potion, which gives you extra experience points whenever you're fishing while it lasts. And most of these potions will be using the same herbs. So it will give again another angle for a farming utility and for these seeds. And also, what about love potion? I mean, what's the utility for that? uh,
What do you mean by that?
okay.
I love
Um,
potion.
Yeah. Love ocean. Uh, lol. And also like we currently give you to play just with the small like toys, which refers of potions being entry level stuff, really really basic. Uh, as we keep adding more content now, lots of these potions will become very very strong when it comes to battles. And like think of all of the potions we currently have as very low level basic stuff. And as we add the new potions, let's say the potions which might require like level 80 herbalism, that stuff is going to be so strong that there will be a lot of you like a lot of demand. And just because it requires so high level, there will be only few players which can craft the whole thing. So, and that kind of really taps into the land gameplay as well, because in order to get the ingredients for those potions you will have to travel to these lands, to those specific biomes. And again, I mean, we can go level 80 potion unstuck. Yeah. So that's being that, Jaggle, have you checked community proposed
Yeah.
quest?
Yeah, I wanted to have a little, Jackal segment near the end, then where I could go over and give feedback and um, tips, perhaps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One sec. Before you go, yes, you will be able to craft empty bottles. That's also a recipe coming in. But yeah, stage is yours. I think it's a Saturday, so we can kind of try to
Wrap
keep
it
it
up.
somewhat
Mhm.
short and start wrapping up. If you have any more questions, drop them here, and I give stage Jackal.
All right, guys. I read through majority uh, of your quests. I did leave comments on a couple of them, but if I didn't leave comment or anything, doesn't mean anything. Just what caught my eyes and stuff like that. First off, starting with what humored me is that I gave Cherry like. Hey, add this so people know what type of quests we're like looking for. Like an entry level, like because we were just starting to build quests, and I said like, hey, a quest about helping to build a statue for the password keepers is a lot more easier to understand than Rupert multi-dimensional travel quest. And what I found really funny is that a user submitted 5-part quest for Rupert's multi-dimensional travel with endgame bosses, and unfortunately, this cannot happen immediately. So yeah, what we're having with 1.2 with the quest release, we're having first 4 quests. One of them, as you guys know, already ushers you into soul crafting and teaches you the ropes about it, and allows your shaman to see these wells because they're dormant now. Uh, Aside from the spoilers, these initial quests will serve as more or less like a skill tutorial quest that they won't be like, oh hey, chop this wood here. I mean, kind of, but different. They will still have their unique stories, but yeah, we're just starting to build this world, and what we would like from you guys to help us is start setting the ground up. I like the idea about my favorite one currently is the Great Forest Fire by the Shal in RK. I just really like the concept of how he takes something what's been, which is the Emberwing, and how it's such a simple and short idea, but basically he's proposing that a great forest fire where Emberwing flies around Zeme to find a new nest to settle in, and the feathers on fire sparkle around, and you're there to extinguish it. Super simple,
Mm.
neat quest. I really like the concept, which might be a bit too much for an early quest, but I love the concept that a user proposed that we as reward we would receive emberwing feathers, which we would be able to combine with bird person sets. give some fire at the tournament. And I love that idea. I like me as a player. I would love, and obviously you guys know me. I'm a fire type Z enjoyer, but it just what when I read that, for me that felt like, it takes what we have and it naturally like puts things together and progresses things. Uh, and yeah, things like that. Uh, you know, uh, and yeah, so something like that. So that's the main thing. Another thing is, and I did address this yesterday in the general chat about there were some quest rewards that included like a wheel of fortune spin and stuff like that, where you would have like a percentage chance to get some V or Genesis masks, which we cannot do. And all quest rewards should be, you should be able to earn the quest reward uh, starting today, or 2 years down the line, or 10 years down the line. So these are like set values, no wheel
Yep.
spinning.
Yep, and also part of the quest completion is not about like there will be obviously some rewards, like some tokens, some coins, some experience points as well, but a big portion of quest reward is actually new content what it unlocks. So you had a chance to play a lot of like mid game content like Umbra and Forge early on, but when we reintroduce Umbra and the Forge, you'll have to go pretty much to the hell to fight with the Forge boss for the first time in order to complete the quest. And when you complete the quest, you will be unlocking the Forge, so you can like literally play it as you used to play in the past. And I really like what you mentioned about Emberwing, because we had this discussion back in office last week where we have had so many cool live events, and it's so sad that many of the players who are playing today didn't have a chance to witness it, like the Genesis Soul Shard
I didn't even.
introduction. Yeah, you didn't even have a chance to win. And personally I think like Soul Keeper event was one of the craziest experiences we ever built. We had the Curve Egg Mint, which was crazy, a crazy cool event. We had like harvest events, and all these things had a really nice lore concepts and everything. So what we are thinking is we will, in not one to one, but in the same type, we'll be introducing some of these experiences back in a form of a quest. So for people who was not able to see Soulkeeper Rent, they will at least be able to experience portion of that and learn the lore and then unlock some functionality around it. But yeah, that's just add on top of idea of Emberwing.
Very cool. But yeah, uh, all in all, guys, what I'm the most happy about, the happiest about, is to see how many submissions there is, and uh, I love to read through them. One another thing, like for example, if I saw this and I would be answering, I wouldn't just necessarily be, I see like Cherry gave me pose guidelines, right? Totally good, but I wouldn't just be filling them out like a survey. I would, don't let Cherry uh, what's the word for limit your creativity. Just if you don't even want to go through it, but you think you have a cool idea, uh, just pass it along our way. uh, yeah. But when wait when exactly winner or not, submission deadline 13th of May. So that's coming. By the way, guys, another thing, if you decide to revisit your quest, because I'm going through all of them, um, like and checking like if there's like more feedback, you can edit them or add some things and stuff like that. Don't also treat them as a final thing. But yeah, I'm just yapping at this point. I love to see it. I'm super happy about how creative you guys are and how many quests you submit, and it makes me really happy because uh, you guys are as dedicated as we are to um, writing the story of Zevers and Zena. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, I'm actually super surprised because it's Saturday and there is 90 people in audience right now. So uh, I don't know how about you guys, but that gives me a lot of energy. So really appreciate you guys showing up on Saturday and being here. That's super dope. So yeah, I mean, we can probably wrap up. There is also mask raffle, so Jackal is
Yep.
always taking care of that. Uh, yeah. So I guess any closing remarks?
You guys are amazing. It's amazing to see you on a Saturday, and see you next week.
Okay. See you next week, guys. Thanks for coming.
Oh,
Cheers.
one final thing. In a little bit, I'll go into campfire chant, raffle it out, and recording coming later, as usual.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.